want some, get some, bad enough, take some.
Alright, welcome back to FANGIN and BANGIN with Gangrel and Kid Cadet. We made it to episode 13. 13, lucky 13. I love 13.
Me too.
Why do I love 13? No, I don't know. Why do you love 13?
I don't know. I've just always felt very connected with the number. And like back when I started getting tattooed, I got tattooed every Friday the 13th. So I have them all over my body.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Our last episode. Too bad episode 13 wasn't on the Friday the 13th last week.
We should have manipulated it in some like weird way, but we didn't. We didn't. So now here we are.
Oh, I got Squash in love with me. He's sweating me up today, or I'm just sweating because I just made a joke. We come in here and I go, "Oh, Raymond, no craft services today." And next thing you know, donuts show up. Dunkin' Donuts.
Not just any donuts. He bought like that had to be at least like 40 donuts that he's like, "Here you go." And we're like, "Who's that for?"
Well,
Apparently us.
I don't know who's going to eat the other 39 and a half. So we split the half. No, I ate two of them. I actually ate two of them. I could. I had a French curler and then I thought it was blueberry, but it wasn't blueberry. It was
what was it?
I don't know. It was some kind. I don't know.
I'm an OG glazed girl.
It was brown. I don't know.
It was brown. The flavor was brown.
I didn't think it was bran, and I got something positive out of it.
A healthy donut,
I don't know if
right?
Is there a healthy donut? Is there bran donuts?
No, I would say no donuts.
I would say that would.
Donuts.
No, I think that would rock. If there's bran muffins, there could be a bran donut. Why not? I bet there is.
Actually, now I'm remembering there is a Shark Tank thing where someone had a healthy donut. But, like, is it really?
Shark
You know what I mean? Oh, I love that show.
I love the show, but I go, well, I had that idea. Or why didn't I have that idea is more what I say most of the time. I go, they really going to make money like that?
Oh, yeah. And I think it's one of the shows that, like, changes people's lives so drastically. I mean, people become millionaires, billionaires.
I don't think we could take Fangin' and Bangin' on there.
Why not?
Mr.
Wonderful.
Then we go like, what did you make? And you're like,
well, here's
Mr. Wonderful will be like, go! Why?
You're dead to me. You guys are like cockroaches. Like, the pitch is two, as someone in the comments put it, sexy people. They call it sexy.
I saw that.
Two sexy people that hold toys and talk about wrestling the whole time and try not to piss off Jim Cornette. That's our pitch. Right?
I don't think you get him upset. We don't. You might, maybe, because you do all the cons. So, speaking of cons.
Oh, yeah. Wait, do we want to talk cons first or Pandora's box first? Raymond?
Yeah, no, let's go.
Okay.
Let's just go over the weekends. I'll go over your weekend. You go over my, or I'll go over my weekend.
Okay.
You do me. I do you. You do.
I think that's
whatever.
a
Go.
Okay.
So you go. Boom.
Me?
Yeah, because
Me
you did the
first.
Full House,
Tag.
and I'm curious to hear about it.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow. So it was so much fun. So I was at MegaCon this past weekend in Orlando, and they did a good job as far as like mandating masks, and I would say most people really followed protocol. And I hosted.
Is that one of the first cons back now?
I did Spooky Empire in April.
Oh, that's right.
So this was like my second like really big one. And I think they said there was like 100,000 people or something crazy.
This weekend?
I think so.
Oh, wow.
It was a lot.
Wow. Well, I mean, if they're filling football stadiums and baseball games and like so, but I mean, yeah. Well, those are outdoors, most of them. But yeah, this is indoors though, obviously.
Yeah, it may not have been that many. There was certainly a lot of people. So I hosted two panels. One was the Full House with Bob Saget, Dave Coulier, and John Stamos.
Which Bob Saget did you get?
Okay. So he kind of straddled the line. Like, he didn't go full, like trashy. I don't know how to put it, because I love his style. Mm-hmm. He wasn't quite Danny Tanner, but he also wasn't like stand-up Bob. He made a joke about how in 20 more years they're going to be doing Fullest House, and he said at that point he's just going to be an urn on the shelf. And
so let me ask you, say he's straddling the line. Do you think that has anything to do with because I straddle the line a lot, because I know how. It may offend people by saying this, but the world is very sensitive now. Like, this is very sensitive. So, do you think he's scared of like some of these? I don't know what they call it, the cancel cultures or this or that, or you think he's just battling like which guy he was going to be that day?
I think it was you're next to Dave Coulier and John Stamos, who's now on the Disney Channel.
Right.
So I think he was just
respect.
feeling. I think he was working the crowd. He worked the room, and I think it was the perfect amount of. Like funny and like nothing so crazy that you're like, it wasn't the Aristocrats.
Let's
like,
talk Blackie. John Stamos. He's got General Hospital, right? He was Blackie to me. So he might have made the first guy to make me question my sexuality, but
listen,
he was super like Blackie at General Hospital, but no. I have a baby by then and lots of kids and grandkids. But he's a very good looking man.
Yes, you're correct. I mean, all three of them are good looking dudes, but it was like very surreal. Like, one of the things I'm really working on now in my life is living in the moment more and really like appreciating every nanosecond. And in that moment, I looked over and I'm like, this is happening. Like, it was such a cool, like, I'm sitting next to three of my heroes, you know, from a show that like I was raised with, you know. I'm the same age as the Olsen twins. So I was like, I feel like they're my family. So it was really cool.
Tremendous. One day you're going to have to explain a nanosecond to me because I don't even know TikTok. So
I don't think it's a TikTok.
I'm trying TikTok, but it's nanosecond. Sounds like nano, like
nano.
Work from work.
Yeah.
Nano.
Robin
Williams.
Love
tragic.
him so much.
Tragic.
Yeah,
he was tremendous. So that was great. So that panel, but I also saw, not that I wasn't trolling you, or maybe I was, but the Terminator.
The T-1000, Robert Patrick.
Yeah, Robert Patrick. Yeah.
He's also in Sons of Anarchy, which I love, and X-Files, and I'm a huge X-Files nerd. But something that you might appreciate is he also owns a Harley dealership out in Santa Clarita, California. So he's a rider.
Santa Clarita.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
Northern California.
Yeah. So he, I guess.
Where the stadium is, where the 49ers play now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, his next couple conventions, he's going on his bike and taking himself there in his motorcycle.
Why not? So. It's beautiful weather. Is that what the convention's in California?
The next one I'm going to see him at, I believe, is either Indianapolis. I think it's Indianapolis.
Oh, Indiana's good to ride.
Then he'll be in Knoxville.
Yeah,
so
very flatlands and stuff like that. Knoxville, to get hilly, Tennessee, Eastern Tennessee. Yeah.
But the next one where I'm going to see him.
So is he just going like a voyage? Like he's just like
a voyage? Yes. Oh, I love that. That makes it seem like he's going on a voyage.
Yeah. He's going to go have a meeting with the everywhere spirit, you know, and he's gonna hit the wide open road and become one with himself. That'd be awesome.
That's cool. But yeah, the next
I'm down for a trip like that. I need a personal.
You
trip
need a
like
voyage.
That. Yeah, a voyage.
Put it on the TikToks. But yeah, the next
vampire voyage.
The next couple
the voyage of a vampire.
The next couple conventions he's doing with Edward Furlong, so that should be who is.
He's a I've met him a couple times.
Oh
yeah. But he's very quiet when I met him. I don't know. I think he was in the middle of. He's had some ups and downs, and he was somewhere in the middle, the doldrums. I think just like he's kind of like holding it, you know, which is hard to do. I mean, the world of entertainment, professional wrestling. I mean, I could tell you, it's hard sometimes. You know, everybody has demons, and everybody's got their battles. And when I was back out in LA riding around, I was thinking about them. You know, a lot of the. Just in the entertainment field, not wrestling, but just like actors, like with Corey Haim and different places, passing the apartment complex where he lived, you know, and you used to say, "What's up, dudes?" and stuff. But they're gone. They're gone at such a young age. Very tragic.
Incredibly tragic. Well, real quick segue before we talk about your weekend, we just wanted to plug fnbgangrel.com to get all your merch needs, and once again, cool T-shirts.
Oh yeah, I got the clean version.
You like the clean?
It
works for you.
Yeah, black with little trim, right?
There you go. And I went. Yeah. I know I saw Anna wearing this shirt yesterday too, so I was inspired. I really like.
Yeah, I was surprised. She sent me a picture, and she's usually not like take a picture, but. Yeah, she's a little mismotivated lately. Little mismotivated. Can make laugh.
Who does it? Little Miss Can't Be Wrong.
Yeah, right? Little Miss Can't Be Wrong. Yeah. Little Miss. It's I don't know which one it is.
Oh, this is gonna bother me.
Yeah, Little Miss can't be.
The Spin Doctors.
Spin Doctors. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Spin Doctors.
We got there. Okay.
Yeah, not to be mixed up with one time I was so embarrassed that there's the Counting Crows and there's the Black Crows, right? So I bought it was Matchbox 20 and the Counting Crows, right? But I was thinking in my head it was the Black Crows. I was like, this is gonna be a great concert, Matchbox 20, and I was going, I'm going for the Black Crows, you know. And it turns out I get there and it was the Counting Crows. I went, what? That little yellow taxi song.
And is that Mr. Jones?
Yeah, Mr. Jones.
Okay.
Yeah, but he, when I watched it, he sang, and I don't think anybody really wanted. They were there to see Matchbox 20, you know, and he didn't even encore, and he just like thank you, and walked off the stage. He looked angry.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. I'm rambling today. I'm
That's
tired,
cool.
running on no sleep.
But we did have donuts, so now it's the sugar rush.
Did have donuts, so. Yep, so F&B with Gangrel. Right? It was fnbgangrel.com. Sorry, it sounds like somebody's cussing me. fnbgangrel.com. fnbgangrel.com, that damn guy. But yeah, check it out. Some cool stuff on there. I think there's backpacks. I'm looking forward to. I need a new gym bag, and I'm eyeballing that backpack. As I look at your backpack, Raymond, are the backpacks bigger than that, or are they about that size? It's got to be a little bigger, taller, right?
Yeah, way bigger.
Well, not just way bigger. So they look cool. So I'm looking forward to sporting that around the gym and off to training. So training's going well with CCW. Everything's going good. You guys can check that out. I think that's why I'm tired. Is I'm really trying to figure a system out there. On top of wrestling every weekend and all that, taking on this position there, it was taking on a full-time job. There is over 50 people a night in there. And
wow.
Trying to manage that and being a control freak at the same time because I come in, it's got to be my way. That's my fault. So because I like structure and stuff, but I'm still trying to work that out. But it's going great there. But this weekend I was in Philadelphia, Harris Casino. Wrestled for Hybrid Wrestling, Mike Hamilton, Hybrid, and I wrestled a fellow called Warhorse.
He's dope.
Yeah. I don't know. He reminds me of no. He reminds me of I don't know because I don't know if it was the lighting of the show because you can go on, you could watch it on plug in Hybrid, I guess, on YouTube. Hybrid, I think it was called Off to the Races. Hybrid Pro Wrestling, Off to the Races. So, but the sun was setting, right? So it's like shadow thing. So he reminds me, he does the head banging. So the shape of his body, it's like that head banging thing. You always see the shadows, and it's I don't know how to explain it.
Just like that.
Yeah, but it's but it's because the sun's setting and it's the shadows. So when I see it, it reminds me of this. Not a cartoon. Gosh, I wish I should have pulled it up. I'm going to drive myself crazy. Now I've convinced everybody else that I am crazy.
What?
Beavers and Butthead? They had an episode where...
Yeah, but because he looks dark in the shadows and all you see is the hair, it's like the outline. And it's like really, really like a cool thing. But he's super full of energy. That dude, really cool guy. Had a lot of fun in that match. It was outside. I tend to, when I wrestle outside, I tend to feel like when you're in the match, when you're wrestling outside, it always feels like, because the crowd, you lose the sound in the air. So when you're in an arena, or even if you're in a small building, even if it's a small building and there's 200 people, or you're in an arena and there's 50, 40,000, 30, whatever arena holds, yeah, but like that, but shadow it, yeah, but it's like that. It reminds me, but kind of like Bailey's blow up things when they're moving, but put a shadow on it. No, but
at the car dealerships?
Well, like
the wacky inflatable arm tube men?
Make it dark, just a shadow. It's like you see it on stickers and stuff. I don't know.
Slender Man?
Sort of, but he said, never mind. It was nothing bad. You all have turned something into something.
Slender Man, that was Raymond.
I'm trying to pay a compliment. I thought it was really cool, and then now I'm gonna have Warhorse trying to hunt me down and hit me with his head banging and all his rage and energy he has, because he has a lot of energy for a young man, and he certainly is fast when he wants to fly. It was some guy. I didn't even turn around. He had to turn around and say, "Ooh, Warhorse!" It's Warhorse in my face. The Warhorse ass is in my face. No, but I had a lot of fun. I would like to redo that match. I'd love to do that match again. I would like to do it inside and at nighttime when it's dark. I don't know if my vampire skills were feeling low as the sun was setting. I didn't feel full strength, full vampire, but
you needed the power.
But I think there's potential there to have a really fun match with him because he's got a really great attitude. He's a really cool dude. So it was fun, and it was a great weekend. And that's it. Yeah, I think that's all I did this weekend.
Cool.
Did I do one or two shows? No, I think that's all I did this weekend.
Yeah, and I'm going back up to Orlando tomorrow for another convention with some pretty cool people. Like I mentioned, Dog the Bounty Hunter is going to be a lot of fun.
Damn Dog the Bounty Hunter.
You know who does his theme song for that show?
Man,
Ozzy Osbourne.
Ozzy's cool. I'll go with Ozzy, but Dog, I mean...
Oh, no.
No, he's not done nothing to me. It's just, I can't even go, all right, I I don't know what it is with the women at Wendy's. Every Wendy's I go through, right? I can't find a grilled chicken sandwich anywhere unless it's Chick-fil-A. right? And I love Chick-fil-A, and Susan, this is because of you. I sometimes tend not to go to Chick-fil-A because I know you don't like Chick-fil-A not because you're vegan, but because of all the things you're mad at Chick-fil-A about. I don't know. The only thing I'm mad at them about is they're not open on Sunday when I'm hungry on Sunday. And I thought about opening my own little chicken stand in their parking lot on Sunday to sell chicken. If somebody comes to they're hungry for chicken, they want grilled chicken or they want chicken, I'll be there with my little pincho stand there, whatever, my little hot dog cart of chicken. I'll sell grilled chicken in their parking lot. I was thinking,
what are you going to call it?
We could take that to Shark Tank. I'm going to sell. My plan is to sell chicken in the parking lot of Chick-fil-A on Sunday when they're closed.
Who do you
and waffle fries.
Barbara's
and homemade sweet tea. And I'll cover it. This is the combo right there. The number 13. What's the number 1? There is no number 1. There is no number 6. This is only number 13.
Only 13.
It's grilled chicken, waffle fries, and homemade sweet tea right there.
Ooh, oh
in the Chick-fil-A parking lot. So we got their ambiance. You can look at their sign and eat my chicken in their parking lot on a Sunday, right? Yeah, that's thing. But but every time I go through Wendy's, and it doesn't matter what Wendy's it is, I'll go to get a grilled chicken sandwich when I'm short of time if I didn't bring the meal. It's full of sodium, so I don't recommend it. If you can bring your chicken from home, do it. But they're one of the few places that still have a grilled chicken sandwich. You can get it plain. And a baked potato if you don't want fries. You get the baked potato on the side. So you can make it work. It's a little high on sodium, but you can make it work. Not that I'm a body guy, but every time, I mean, almost like 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. So this is strong numbers. They go, "Oh, you look like Dog. Are you Dog the Bounty Hunter?" I'm like, "No." She goes, "Well, Dog is fine." I'm like, "I am not Dog the Bounty." "Well, you must be his brother. You look good." I go, "Man, I still like." Do I look like Dog the Bounty Hunter to you?
So if I have to, here's the thing: if I have to give a reason why, it's the sunglasses. So I can understand if people are looking and they're like, "Sunglasses guy," maybe.
Right.
Oh, he took them off.
Do I look like Dog the Bounty Hunter?
No.
No, I just look old and tired.
No.
Well, so does Dog the Bounty Hunter. He's tired, but I've never met him, but I've been out in Hawaii, and I've even gotten in Hawaii, and I'm like, you cannot mix me up with Dog the Bounty Hunter in Hawaii. Now, but it's something about Wendy's, but I'm not going to stop going to Wendy's because I want my grilled chicken sandwich. Oh, and the lady at the Dunkin' Donuts that never has stuff ready called me Dog the Bounty Hunter the other day, too. She asked me, so it's not just Wendy's, it's even Dunkin' Donuts.
I don't.
There was only one time at Dunkin' Donuts, but the majority of the time it's a Wendy's. It really is.
I wonder if Dog gets asked if he's Gangrel.
Oh, should I ask him this weekend? Should I be like, "Do you ever get Gangrel?"
He'll go, "Who?"
No, there's no. He doesn't know.
Gargamel? What? You got gangrene? No, I don't have gangrene. I'm Dog the Bounty Hunter. I'm gangrene, gangrel, gargarel. I don't eat Smurfs.
That is the guy from Smurfs.
Gargamel's the guy from Smurfs.
Oh, now you're bringing me back
He's
to my
going
childhood.
around. He's always. I don't know why he particularly wanted to eat Smurfette. One he did the other ones. Maybe
This is a kid show.
Yeah, but Smurfs were like, it wasn't like, couldn't be perverted because they had no gender, right? She was Smurfette and they're Smurf, but they had no gimmicks. They
didn't have the gimmicks.
That's
a way to put it.
They didn't have no like privates or
genitalia.
That's it. That's the word. Yeah.
What a funny thing.
Well, I only had vulgar words for it. I have a limited vocabulary. I'm not very. I admit it. Like my mom used to say, if you're cussing, it just means you're not educated enough. You don't have a good enough vocabulary. I'd be like, yeah.
But that's part of vocabulary because if you have a lot of cuss words, that's a lot of vocab.
Yeah. Well, I didn't want to say the words I had for.
Okay, we'll talk after.
All right, so Gargamel, yeah, he went around
okay.
trying to eat the Smurfs. All right, yeah, but yeah, whatever. I don't know where we went with that. Why you're supposed to keep me grounded?
No, we are grounded. This is what they want. They like that.
It's
you go off on your tangent.
Damn French curler donut I had, and that one I thought was brand. They got me jacked. I'm jacked.
It was brand.
Shark Tank Healthy Donuts, but.
Raymond wanted us to, even though now we're probably already 20 minutes in. He's like, we're going to start with Pandora's box today. So,
okay.
Shall we?
What's in the box?
Raymond, have you seen the movie yet?
Bro, you told me you were going to watch that like a month ago. Yeah. Raymond's.
What's your hesitation?
I don't watch TV.
It's a movie.
All right. If everybody knows Raymond, this guy's always working. So he's got a record label. He's got a Static Vision Productions studio. He's got another podcast he runs. Got a whole other room. Do you know there's a whole other room with
I know.
like this weird couch? I don't even want to know what podcast goes on in there. I actually turned that podcast on. What's the name of it?
The Trap.
The Trap.
The Trap.
I turned it on one time and they're playing a drinking game. It was like
fun.
some kind of truth or dare. No, it's not because they had
never
to.
mind.
They had to do something. But and then there was a guy on there I like, Xanders, who sat way over to the far right while this stuff went on, the chicanery, and it was like they had to do something. They tell the truth or do something, and so the dare I guess was the guy had to spank her on the butt, and she had to call him daddy or something. She was like, "Spank me harder, daddy." I'm like, "What kind of show is this?" He says it's a urban hip hop show.
It's an urban hip hop show.
But I don't know what spanking a girl on the butt and saying "call me daddy" has to do with urban hip hop. I mean, like you know, I didn't hear DMX talking about nothing, but he I've heard him say "suck my tip cup," you know, so you know the strip club. But I don't know, but I never heard no "spank me and call me daddy" or "spank me harder, daddy, spank me harder." That's what it was. Yeah, he knows what I'm talking about already.
Really?
But we're not even gonna go
Is that
into
what it
that.
was,
That was the
Raymond?
Trap. That's not. That sounds like more. If you heard like "banging and banging with Gangrel and kick it out," you think that's what was going on. But no, you hear the Trap, you think like, oh, trap? What kind of trap?
There
like,
you go.
Is it trap like that style of music trap, or is it like?
I don't know.
Whatever, rambling on again, but because I'm tired. That's what happens
cool.
when I'm tired. So what's in the box? Did you do that or did that do that?
It did.
It did.
Just cut away from
Truly is some weird energy in here today.
It's also like, you know what else this feels like? Sometimes is in Pulp Fiction, like Marcellus Wallace had like the briefcase and you never saw what was inside of it.
Or Repo Man.
Oh, Repo Man. Okay,
In the
that's
trunk of
good
the
one,
car,
too.
right? It opened.
All right.
There's like some glow. I never figured out what was in that trunk.
I don't know.
That's
We'll have to
gonna bother me. I'm gonna have to go back
theorize.
and watch Repo Man.
Are you ready?
Oh yeah, okay.
Are you ready? Okay. This is from Alex
Yeah, go down, buddy.
4X.
Alex, what?
I don't know. Forex. So we'll go with 4X.
I heard like two different things. You don't want to. Where is my mind today? The Smurfs, the junk, the
Episode 13.
Episode 13. Let's reel it in here. Let's go. It's
Okay.
on me. All right.
Oh, okay.
Is it in orange? Did he write in orange?
No, this one's red.
Red.
But I have a new color light. I am blue now. Dabba D. Okay. It will be Roman Reigns versus John Cena at this year's SummerSlam. Who do you think the WWE should put over in this match and why?
Man, I haven't watched any. Nothing up to the Cena coming back. He's doing matches now too, right? Did he do a couple already? Is it appearances or what? I haven't seen anything. So
Only on live events.
oh, in live events, he's working the live events. Okay. Who? Why? What do I think? I don't know what to think with WWE or whatever. I like John Cena, but I mean, they got a lot of. Is it gonna do him? Is Cena gonna stay full time? Like that's the question. Like, so if to put him over, what are you gonna do? I think it'll look like Cena's gonna have him beat, and then there'll be all kinds of crazy interference and stuff like that again. Ultimately, probably Roman Reigns will leave because how can you beat a guy you spent that much time building if you're not so sure Cena's gonna be there? Unless he signed some deal that I don't know about because I didn't follow up on the news. I haven't even listened to the gossip sites. I haven't done anything. I have been so swamped with the school and this and this and that. So, but I can't. I mean, I wouldn't. I'd stay with the head of the table and keep strong with that. Even though I'm a Cena fan, I do like John Cena.
So, okay. Theoretically, and also I wanted to mention Robert Patrick, our friend from the T1000, is going to be playing John Cena's character, the Peacemaker's father, in the upcoming HBO Plus series, or HBO Max, which is pretty neat.
Oh, I can see that.
Yeah, so I guess the scenario is, now that John is he's actively pursuing like this Hollywood movie career.
Right.
So like you said,
not
is
doing
he
bad
going to
at
be?
it. He's got a lot of
No,
stuff
he's
to-
doing great, and I think it's only going to get better. But like, is he going to come back to lose, or maybe like he's coming back to promote the show? And I mean, because I don't see a scenario where Roman Reigns loses.
No, it's hard to see that scenario. So I think it's gonna be like
Unless there's like a DQ
I think
or
it's gonna
like
be a big smoz, and another angle's gonna start out of something. You know,
yeah,
like,
because I don't see Cena
there's something-
losing, but I don't see Roman Reigns losing either.
there'll be something. It'll be thing comes in, blah blah blah, kind of like what Edge when it went on with Seth Rollins after the other pay-per-view. I don't think they're very creative, and I think it'll probably end up about like that. Like
Time will tell. We'll know what's today, Thursday. We'll know in a couple days.
Thursday. So this is When's the pay-per-view?
Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Saturday. I'm all mixed up. We usually do this on a Tuesday. It's Thursday. That's on a Saturday. It's usually Sundays. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool beans.
We're all backward. Cool beans.
Cool beans.
Cool beans. Are you ready for the next one?
I am.
Cool beans. This is from Pogo's Crawl Space. That took me a second. Pogo.
Is that Pogo's crawl space?
Oh, this is a fun question.
Is that like Dahmer's like floor porn?
Pogo?
Pogo.
If you want to...
Pogo, we got to explain your crawl space.
Yeah, Pogo. Okay.
All right.
Pogo wants to know how Bruiser Brody's boot tasted. That is...
I don't think I never chewed on Bruiser Brody's boot, nor been kicked in the face by Bruiser Brody. The actual Bruiser Brody, like King Kong Bruiser Brody. No, I've never wrestled Bruiser Brody, but I don't imagine it probably tastes like other people's blood and mine too if he kicked me with it. So, because Bruiser Brody was a bad man, like he's a really nice guy. Luna knew Bruiser Brody. She told me that he was super gentleman and super nice, But in the ring, he was like that ultimate, like that King Kong Bruiser Brody, like big scary individual that swings a chain. And in Japan, the people would run like this, like look like the water going out, the tide, people running. So I don't imagine it tasted good, whoever got it, but
Okay.
all right, who
Thanks,
ran
Pogo.
like? All right, Pogo. See now that makes me concerned about Pogo's crawl space. He's asking me how Bruiser Brody's boot tasted. So I'm thinking like, there's this Pogo.
Pogo.
Seek counseling, my friend.
Take it from us. Take advice from us. The sexy ones. All right. Here's the next one. This is from Rick Michael. What are your... This is...
All right, do I need to lean back?
I would. What are your feelings...
down the pass.
Yeah, buddy. What are your feelings about the Lost Boys sequels?
Oh, I think there shouldn't have been no sequels. Although I did watch them. The first one was Surfers, right? They did the surfing thing on the beach.
Sequels.
And then the third one was the Frog Brothers, more like around them reuniting or something like that, and going off. No, they were sad. They were sad. I watched them once because big Lost Boys fan. I'd probably watch them again on a Sunday afternoon if I was hungover and had nothing to do. If I was feeling like crap and I couldn't reach the remote, I'd watch them again. But they didn't do the Lost Boys any justice. It's just I think it was a way to give Corey Feldman some work and stuff. I think he was in both. Like it was tough. They were tough. If you're really like huge Lost Boys fan, to see that kind of watered down is, but sometimes you just can't recreate or something that was just awesome once. Everything falls into places.
Lightning doesn't strike.
It's like trying to recreate. Can you really recreate that whole Brood entrance? I compare that to the Lost Boys, right? Lost Boys was like this moment in time. It was just fell in there. It wasn't even a big box office hit. It became a hit after the fact, right? I don't believe it was even.
Sleeper.
Yeah, and it creeped up, but it's just all the actors, Kiefer Sutherland, they're all just the star, the girl, and everything was just perfect for that part. Everybody's character, even the head vampire and the mom. I love the mom from the Lost Boys because every movie she's in, I love her, and even Footloose. Like she plays a mom in Footloose, which I got heat for watching Footloose the other day. Susan came in and she goes, "Really?" I'm like, yeah, I'm a Kevin Bacon guy. I like some Kevin Bacon. I like some Kevin Bacon.
Right?
And I like some You gotta cut loose. Footloose.
Oh, there's the TikTok dancer there.
Sunday shoes. Please, Louise. There you go. So you have to sing. Wow. All right, yeah. So no, I didn't like him, dude. Who was that? Who asked that?
Rick.
Rick Michaels. That sounds like a wrestling name, Rick Michaels.
With an R-I-K, too.
Rick Michaels. I know a Rick Michaels. I think I know a Rick Michaels.
Do you?
Well, I'm pretty sure there was Randy Michaels, and there's Shawn Michaels, and then there's
Rick
Mondo McMichaels. That's Mac Michaels. Yeah, I don't know. But no, I didn't like them, unfortunately. I did watch them, and I got through them, but they didn't rank very high on my list. No.
Well, I know we talk about the movie, But one thing I think we neglected to talk about is how incredible the soundtrack is. Cry Little Sister is a bop.
Yeah, the Seasons After remix. You ever hear their version?
I've heard of remix, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, how it opens up coming over the water. Yeah,
does it start with people are strange?
Yeah, no. It opens up with Cry Little Sister, but then in the movie with People Are Strange, when they're going through, you see the girl, the snake, and the mohawk, and the things. When they're coming into town, they're driving into town. So I think that is the first scene where it's the carnival. They go over the water, and then the kids are stealing the gang kind of guys or whatever, the weird mean kids or whatever they are. They're stealing the comic books out of the Head Vampire store or whatever, and then they're out there in the car making out and they kill them. Then they fly over the water, Cry Little Sister. Then they're coming into town, and then People Are Strange.
Yeah,
they're coming
I
into
love
a new
that you
town.
know. Wait, real quick, have we asked Raymond if he's watched The Lost Boys?
He has not. I can guarantee you, he's not watched The Lost Boys.
You've seen it?
Oh, he's seen it.
He's seen it.
I was like 8 when I saw it.
Okay. Hey, you saw it though. Okay.
Not my choice, but yeah.
Not by
Drink from the cup. Drink from the bottom.
Come on, Michael. All right. Are we ready for the next one?
It's a blood-sucking vampire. No.
It's so
Death
good.
by stereo.
It's not scary. I wouldn't.
Well,
Scary.
As a kid, the thing is scary.
I don't. I mean, I was scared when they're hanging on the railroad tracks and they dropped and like you had to let go. I was feeling this anxiety, like to let go.
The tracks? I don't know.
But his brother when he's floating up, and the nuke, the dog when he comes, a dog biting him was scary. But
You need to revisit it.
your T-Rex, your dog. Oh, Rex is meaner looking than anything that was in that movie. And scarier than that
Rex
movie.
is such a baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Aw.
Rex is a bad guy.
Shout out to Raymond's dog Rex. All right, you ready for the next one?
All right.
This is from our buddy, Curve So Solo.
Oh, hey, Curve, what's up, man?
You are a friend now, friend of the show. Okay, so Bobby Eaton recently passed, and I don't know much about him. What can you tell us?
Bobby Eaton, he's tremendous. He's probably, I think, as a tag team wrestler, one of the best with the Midnight Express with Randy and with Stan Lane, both versions with Jim Cornette, the three of them together. It was not just the tag team; it was the three of them with Cornette. It was all magic with Jim Cornette and Midnight Express. Bobby Eaton he's the kind of guy that I first worked with him at Georgia Championship Studios. This is like 1988. You know, I would train. I would do like some independent show somewhere on a Saturday night, like for nothing, you know. Pick 3 wrestlers up, like Bob Cook or Mike Thor or something, and drive all the way up to Atlanta and Techwood Drive and whatever that studio was called, Peach Street, whatever, off Techwood, right by the colleges. Sleep in the car, get in, take a bath in the sink because they didn't have a shower in there, and then try not to smell like I've wrestled 2 shows or been on the road for like 6 hours, 7 hours, and I slept in my car. But then you'd see somebody like Bobby Eaton, and he would know your name. He'd be like, "Hey, Dave, how you doing?" And he'd be like, super sweet guy, super nice guy, and so talented. You know, I just think people like this generation, like a lot of people, like, you know, Dynamite Kid will get credit for opening the doors to these smaller guys, but Bobby Eaton was like a top rope guy, man, way back when the top rope wasn't cool. I mean, he had the Alabama Jam. They had a tag team finish called the Vegematic, and I think I talked about that before, the Vegematic, where it was called the Vegematic, so Bobby Eaton would drop the leg drop with Stan Lane, or whoever would hold them here, like around the waist, had the legs wrapped, and they hold the forearms, and so like a decapitation type of thing, Vegematic. And I think Jim Cornette came up with that name, and I remember asking. My partner actually asked Jim Cornette. We were doing the Blackhearts. We were terrible. We had a lot of cool moves, but we're really big fans of Bobby Eaton and the Midnight Express and Jim Cornette. Like the whole package. It was not just 2. It was all 3. You know, it's just a unit. And we asked if we could use the Vegematic for a finish, and we did for a while. But it was really bad. He couldn't drop the leg quite like Bobby Eaton. Nobody can drop that leg quite like Bobby Eaton could for that. Bobby Eaton was just pure magic in the ring. Just something special. And wrestling's truly going to miss him. The world is going to miss him. They've lost a good man. He was a really good dude. And I was really heartbroken when he went. It was a hard one for me, very hard. But yeah, he was amazing. Simply amazing. Yeah.
I like the name Vegematic.
Vegematic, yeah.
In my brain, I'm like Sledge-O-Matic, Gallagher.
Yeah, yeah. Well, probably a little bit of it all. I think Jim Cornette came up with the name, like so.
It's a cool name
because he would come up with like he would map out a lot of this stuff. People don't realize like well they probably do now because he has his podcast, right? So and he rants on about it's old school and he's mad at some of the products and stuff like that. And I get it and I agree. I mean, wrestling is where it is now too. At the same time, it's a different generation of people, different things are going on. The whole world is different in how they look at things. But he was really he mapped their matches out and their heat spots and stuff like that. I mean, they were talented wrestlers, but he was like the mind of that group too when it came down to the getting the heat and the different things and stuff like that. So yeah, but Bobby Eaton was just amazing, wow. Amazing.
All right, well, we got a couple more in here. Okay, I didn't realize. Here we go. Ready for the next one? This is from Isaiah Crawford. Okay. Nice transition piece. Here we go.
Nice normal name.
Isaiah Crawford. So here we go.
Nothing against you, Curve Solo, or something in the basement. Oh, Pogo's crawl space.
Pogo in the basement. Change it. Okay.
Pogo, how did the boot taste? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Jim Cornette.
Okay.
Often talks about the old territories and mentions that wrestling going global killed the business. Yeah. What's your thoughts?
I think it killed the business in the way he views it. Yes. It didn't kill it. It killed the territories. I don't know if it killed the business. It killed the territories for sure because it went so big. Like in the business, it depends upon how you're looking at it. If you're looking in the business sense that we all wrestle, like say you're wrestling, right? You're a female wrestler, Raymond's wrestling, and all that. There was territories, right? So in territories, everybody could kind of work, like there's a lot more job opportunities than just one big company or two big companies. So like in a pro football team, there's way more spots on a pro football team than there is in wrestling and pro wrestling. There's how many players allowed on each team, how many teams in the league. So that's how many jobs there are for football players. Where wrestling is one company or two now, or three. And there's some small little ones, but they're not doing it day in and day out. So we're like, I came at the tail end of them. So, and I miss them and I really want them to come back. And with the pandemic, I was hoping they're coming back, and I'm kind of hoping at CCW that this can happen. This thing, the regional territories come back. So, like, my first territory was Stampede, Calgary. So you went. So they had a TV in that area, and guys worked. Some not so great, some that can be great, and some that were just tremendous in the hearts and stuff. So everybody, you worked and you got experience, you learned, but you got to do what you love. You might not have made millions at it. You might only cleared $100 that week or $200, but you're doing what you love, and it gave more opportunities of people doing what they love and people to go out there in all the small towns and enjoy it. So from there, I went to Puerto Rico, which was another full-time territory. Did the same thing, made towns every night, and then from there, I went to Memphis. It was the same thing, and then I went back and forth to Japan, where and did tours where it was like more prestigiously held that he's working Japan, and you come back, they'd do an angle for you to leave that territory to go do your Japan tour, and then you come back, which they did with all the other ones. So I think it was a different form of wrestling. It was everybody had a chance, everybody could be a part of something they loved, and if you were new at it, you learned you could work with older guys that were either at the end of things or riding things out, and you got that experience because you learned every night on the road. And I think everybody just became better wrestlers. Even the ones that weren't so good became better wrestlers because you worked every night in front of a live crowd. And you didn't do it for a lot of money. I mean, I'm going to be honest, I was at the tail end of it in Memphis. I made $40 a night. And at $40, and I was driving a 79 Eldorado Cadillac, $40 in gas trying to do a 2,000-mile loop a week or a 2,500 mile loop, depending upon if you hit Eastern Knoxville or not on a random off, but it would be Louisville, Indiana, Evansville, Memphis, Nashville, and then all the little towns, Arkansas, Jonesboro, all in between all that. So you made your money on a Monday night, so I worked Mid-South Coliseum, and I was lucky enough to be in the program a Lawler. So I would make. It wasn't great money compared to what I think, but to me in '93 it was great money. I would make $500 that night for that show. working Lawler. So that 500, but I didn't get to that part yet. I had to do months of those $40 nights and then have like a $60 night at the Coliseum, down underneath. But then when I was working Lawler, then I got that 500. So then I learned how to balance that 500 to get through my $40 a night and stuff like that. And then when I worked him, I was able to get my own apartment. So I slept in my car a lot of nights or crashed other people's places. And then, but yeah, I did it ruin wrestling? It just depends upon how you looked at wrestling, what you were expecting and calling the business. Do I like the current stuff and what it is? No, it's not what I came up with. It's not what I watched. It's not what I did. But I was also part of like the same thing. As a vampire, I was pushing the envelope and changing things to where it's all going today in different things and where it's become entertainment. So, I mean, it's like anything. You have a 55 Chevy. People say, well, I love a 55 Chevy. Oh, look at the paint. Look at the body designs. That's a classic. That's great. That's what a car should be. And then there's a Tesla. Like, people go, this battery power thing, it burned up. That's not a car. I mean, and I think you can look at the territories like that, and then you can look at wrestling now. You can compare. I mean, that's a simple analogy to compare it to a car, but like people go, no, they don't make cars like that anymore. That's just a car. They ruin things when they change the body design and it's running on electricity. What the hell is that? It should be drinking 500 gallons of gasoline, blah blah blah. I mean, you can look at it like that. It just depends upon where you are. You're gonna have your pops going, that's a car, and the grandson going, Mom, why is these cars are here? You not seen Fast and Furious? Look at NASCAR, how it's changed. NASCAR racing, right? NASCAR used to be, you had to go out there, just moonshiners, right? Moonshiners, wrestlers, same as wrestlers. These guys were all shady characters all over the place. Yeah, moonshiners, and then race, then it turned into race car drivers, and the sport here and here and here, and now I don't even understand NASCAR when I watch it now. I'm a little confused because they got like playoffs and they got this and they've changed things and they've whatever you want to call it. It's evolved. I mean, a lot of people don't like to use the word evolve, but it's evolved to this here. It's just where it's at now. What they think is what the current generation wants, or what they think is marketable, and it doesn't mean it's wrong. It just means you used to this, you grew up, this was the shit. I love this, and then it's this now, and then that's just where you're gonna lie, no matter what. I think that's with everybody. Time.
Yeah. But I think the analogy with the car is really cool because that really puts now it makes sense in my brain. Like now I get it.
Yeah, it's a tough one because I love that and I understand that and I excelled at that where I don't excel at it now at this level and the pace and the flips and or whatever, or I just can't comprehend because I was trained for this. I watched this, the territories. I watched it. I was trained for that. That's what I know in my head was told is right, and that's what I was trained for, and that's what I was trained to teach. But then, as I matured and things were going, I watched The Lost Boys and I want to be a vampire in wrestling. So I'm guilty of some of that there too. And then, you had The Undertaker and then some of that, which is still, they still did things. But as far as they destroyed it and just depend upon how you view it, I mean, some people think that it's better than it's ever been. I know some older wrestlers like that they're not wrestling anymore or anything, but they'll go to me, hey, AEW's pretty cool. They haven't watched wrestling in like years. And they're like, oh, AEW's really cool. Like, they're doing some cool things. I like it. So it's not everybody. It's not all the older guys like myself or this or that feel it's this way. There's other people that like it just as much the other way. Did it ruin? No, it just ruined how you looked at it, and it depends upon where you were standing, on what side of the fence or what timeline you were on. Like, because I still adore, when I watch wrestling, when I do cardio, if I'm not watching students' matches from the school, I'm still watching old Memphis stuff. And the stuff I understand and I relate to. If I could afford a 55 Chevy, I would own a 55 Chevy, but I don't. I got a 2012 Chevrolet Silverado, but I'm still trying to keep it real with the truck and still be me. But it still has stuff I don't understand. I don't know why. The Bluetooth, this syncing why it has a brain and the whole car shuts down if one thing goes wrong with this electronics. I don't understand it, but it's probably how a lot of people feel because less is more in the wrestling industry. A lot of people think less is best, less is more. And that's what they know and they understand this. But then people could work, right? Like I told you, it was a lot more work, like a lot more work for like people trying to come in. You could just go to Portland, or you can go down to California, or you had the Mid-Atlantic, and you had Texas, and you had Louisiana, Watts, and this Kansas City. There was all these different regional places, so it was more odds you could get a job and learn your craft and develop up and be like this mature worker and understand all these situations and know your timing and placements in the ring. Where now it's just like boom, it's a nuclear, bam, it's an explosion, and here you go. Like, here's the particles. This is what flies around. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that either, because like I enjoy some of that too. It just, I don't know if that helps answer that question or not, or if I confused my own self as I was talking.
I think you answered it. It's really interesting perspective. I liked it. What do you think, Raymond? Yeah. Okay.
All right. Thumbs up there.
Plus, you mentioned Undertaker, so Raymond, he's into it. So, all right, you want to do one more?
Sure.
This is from King K Cash. I hope I said that.
King K Cash.
I don't know.
King K Cash.
But it's spelled It's spelled King and then K and then CAJ.
Oh, okay.
Cash.
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 King K Cash.
Okay. So, I enjoyed your Steve Blackman stories, and I wanted to know, do you have any more? I can listen to you tell stories all day.
Any more?
You're in the right place, guys.
Any more Steve Blackman stories? I don't know what I told about Steve Blackman. I think I talked about maybe making him where he had like John Bradshaw apologize because he kept grabbing his butt and stuff.
I just remember like Chinese food.
I said he eats a lot of fried rice before he wrestles. No, I mean, Steve was he's a one-dimensional dude, assassin, he's just like, he's the bad mofo. But like, yeah, I don't know. It's pretty much all I got to say. I mean, he didn't bother anybody. He didn't do anything. You mess with Steve Blackman, you died. Basically, I mean, he's just a tough son of a gun. And he didn't go looking for trouble. He didn't bother anybody.
He's the bounty hunter, right?
Yeah, he's the
so what is his thoughts on you looking like dog? That should be the question.
Dog. I have nothing against dog, by the way.
No,
I'm only 52. I'm pretty sure dog is a lot older than 52, and so if I'm looking older than 52, I'm like, it's just heartbreaking. And I'm thinking there's a majority of people thinking I look like him. But then again, to be fair, a lot of times I'll get, Hulk Hogan. I'm like, not Hulk Hogan. So I could take that as maybe a compliment or not, because he's buff,
Hulk
one
Hogan?
shape, yeah. But then I also get Dusty Rhodes. So I think I'm starting to think they're stereotyping any white dude with blonde hair and a tan is like either a wrestler or dog the bounty hunter.
One of the two. One of the two.
Yeah. So but Steve Blackman, he's just a great individual, man. He's I don't know what the story is like. There's really no any story to tell. I think we already talked about when I was driving across a bridge one time. I hit the brakes. He grabs you by my throat. I kill you. You on drugs today? And I'm like, no. It was just stuff like that. It was always kind of like Groundhog Day with him. What you see what he did every day. It's like Groundhog. Wake up. There's Steve Blackman. Don't piss him off. There he is. Some kind of dry sense of humor. He looks at you. And he has like a little. He has like a gitch or something like so. Sometimes you go and you'll get a little nervous, like he goes, he can kick me, like hit me, because he's grabbed at you a couple times. But I can tell you one. It was one time he was like Kurt Angle had a concussion, right, or something. He had like reoccurring concussions or something was going on. But there was something going on with me and Kurt Angle, like where Kurt Angle, I did something with Kurt Angle and I had. I shot on him or something, not in a fight way, in a play way, where we shoot in from like a leg or something. Something was going on. We did it and messing around a gorilla, but then we came back in the locker room. It was another day later, and Kurt came in and like got me, pinned me down to the ground, and like he had me down. But I had Kurt's arm like kind of like Daniel Puder had, and the Tough Enough like for a Kimura from underneath. But Kurt's on me, and Steve walks in and he looks down at me, huh. And I was like, he was getting ready to talk, but I didn't know. And I was like, I said something. It wasn't anything disrespectful because, like, I think he goes, so if you don't want my help, then fine. It was like, and he went, well, I go, no. And like, so I'm laying underneath now. I got the Olympic gold medal where, Kurt Angle on me, right? And he's like, just shift your hip this way, pop, 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 thrust your hip, and roll like that, and like boom, that quick, I had rolled right out of it on top of Kurt. Like that's how like insanely like genius this guy. So I'm glad, I can see that he's teaching him. He has an MMA school too now, right? I think he's also teaching MMA. But yeah, so I was like stuck to the ground, stuck like Chuck, and he came in. He thought I was just like gonna shit on his idea, but no, I was really like help me. We're in the middle of the locker room. As soon as that happened, I think Briscoe walked in and I got in trouble again. He goes, he's got a concussion. You need to quit messing with him. I'm not messing with him. But he just happened to come in when Kurt had me pinned down, but he just happened to come in when Blackman told me how to get out of it, counter it, and roll through with that. Like I was paying, but Blackman was so damn good that like even just with it, just listening to him, he told me. And I understood, I could comprehend exactly what to do, how to roll out of that and come around on top. And it did, just like that. Like, so yeah, no, but I don't know. That's another Blackman story. But that's like the everyday kind of stuff with Steve Blackman. He's just a great guy, man. And he's one of my absolute favorites to wrestle. I don't know why. I love wrestling. They say you got Blackman tonight. Like, oh, yeah, cool. I think because, I don't know. I like, he's actually a legit dude, so... He knows that you're not trying. I mean, anything you do is not intentionally trying to hurt him or anything. So like, it's just there's no stress. I don't know what it is. It's just you go to battle with a really cool dude, and you go out. And I don't even think he drank. I don't even think he drank or did anything. So you can't say you went out and had beers with him after. So you're just like, thank you, Steve. Yeah, all right, Dave, whatever. And you just walk off.
Let me ask you this: since you just mentioned that he's somebody that every time you knew that you were gonna be in a ring with him, you were looking forward to and excited about. Who's somebody like now that when they're like, all right, you're working so-and-so tonight, you're like, this is going to be a great match. Like,
okay, well, great match or match that, like, I know, like, all right, so there's a kid like Alex Chamberlain. All right, Alex Wielden, Alex Chamberlain. Been around. He's from Maine. He did like a Russian gimmick for a while. He did a lot of stuff in Paragon Wrestling and out in Oregon and stuff. So I've wrestled him, safe to say 40 times maybe. That's a lot to wrestle somebody that's not in a full-time territory where you're working a loop with them, right? So on the indie scene. So always easy because he'll try to call a finish to me in the end, but I always walk off because I'm busy or something, and then we'll get an idea of it in the end. But I don't know why he even has to do it because we don't have to do that. We can always do it with him. Another one is Alexander Hammerstone. Another guy that when I like to wrestle. Our last match, I didn't feel as good as it should have been. It was in a brewery and like Plum. I don't know. It wasn't South Dakota, but it was somewhere far. Like it was somewhere across the United States from here, like far. But he's another one I have like really. I just have a fun time working and all, and then there. I mean, I don't know if you're searching for like big name people, but he's MLW, and I always do it. And there's another one, Twilight. His name's Jay Vidal. I trained him. Little Joshua. I'm going Joshua, but I call him Twilight. Like, so life's full circle, right? So he's in Vegas now, but when I was moving back to Florida, I would go help out at CCW. Like I'd go because it was the wrestling school that was here, and I remember they were in this like really like it was weird. Like later on, like it seemed like they moved warehouses every 3 months, but like they don't do that now. But like I think the guy there didn't pay the guy that was running it, not Dan, but the other guy, I don't leave nameless, wouldn't pay the rent or something. So like later I would pull up and go like, why is nobody here? Like, and I'm early though, and I'd wait an hour, and then I'd be like, wait a minute, nobody's showing up. So then I start calling, hey, Daddy, we're moved over here now. So they'd be doing so many midnight moves. But this particular warehouse was in a really like suspect part of town. Like it was like dark, everything was dark. You couldn't see the warehouse. Is just I don't know. You were on guard coming in because there's just so much that come from different corners. It was just angled, weird, everything. So there's this little car sitting over to the side, and I see these guys just popping up and out a window. It's tinted, right? and they're popping up. So I go on like a full guard, like, so I go on the offense instead of being on the defense. And I go, and excuse my language here. So I go walking by and I see two dudes in there, and I go, "What the fuck are you looking at, you motherfuckers?" Like, and they through the window, and I hop in the car. I go, "Let me keep moving in case they shoot me or something." So I get in there, and then like an hour and a half later, these two guys come in, and like I didn't even recognize them as these two little dudes come in, like they got purple in their hair, or blue or something, or whatever. And I go, "The hell are you Twilight looking?" Because he looks like the wolf from Twilight when he's the young Jacob, the little one, not Jacob, but his little brother in Twilight. And the little kids, they run around in their shorts, but he looked like them then at the time. I was like, "You Twilight looking?" And they're like, and then I realized that that it was them, and I just like no soul that I cussed at him earlier. And then he told me like years later or something, "Mijo, I was sitting in the car. It took me an hour and a half to come in. I was just trying to get courage up to come in, and we were like, oh look, there's Gangrel, and then you yelled at us and said, what the F are you looking at?" So I traumatized it from day one. But I love that kid with all my heart. He's like he's a young man now, and but I love him, and he's doing so well. And I'm hoping he comes back to Florida. I'm hoping things come full circle. He's out in LA, or not LA, he's in Vegas doing his thing, and he's really blooming, finding things. But I think as I'm watching, I'm worried he's hit a peak. So I hope he, like, I'm one of those guys. If I'm not married or I have no situation I have to be stuck in, I'm gonna move every 3 years. I'm gonna keep moving and keep trying to better my situation, wrestling wise and experience wise, before I sit one place. Although it's a world of getting on the plane and flying out, but on the level he's on and stuff, until you get picked up with a bigger company or get looked at, you got to be able to make your way to places. So I hope he gets back and gets in here or somewhere else where he can make a lot more towns, get a lot more experience. But yeah, so I don't know how I got on that, but
no, I got it. So two Alexes and a Twilight.
Oh, that's where we were. Two Alexes and a Twilight. I always look forward to them, but I look forward to a lot of people. But those I know will be like just night offs.
You just know,
super, yeah, just easy. Yeah, or X-Pac. Another one was X-Pac.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because we trained together. Like I was already trained. He came to Boris Malenko's in Tampa from Minnesota, but he was like, God, I want to say he was like 13, but he might have been 14 or 15,
1, 2, 3.
And he was training down there. So like, in a school, you get trained and then you're always there and then you help train people too. So it was that kind of situation. So I was always working with Sean, X-Pac. So like, there's so many matches if you go back on looking, the Raws and the different shows back before, I don't know I can't even remember what they called. I want to say metal, but I don't know what they were called back in the day when I was working as the Black Phantom or I was under a mask and stuff where I work him. But literally could work him in my sleep, just and be a good match. Our bad match will feel bad to me. I don't know if they feel bad to him or not. Like I'll feel off or something, and then I'll see it on later, like a year later or something, pop up, and I go, "Oh, when did I do that match? It's a really good match." But then I go, "Wait a minute," because it's hard to have a bad match with him. We had that one controversial, people blame, like I've heard people, like Bruce, other people, I don't know, like Teddy Hart counted, yeah he did, but we didn't roll through. Like I'm a firm believer, if like say I'm wrestling Sean, X-Pac, and it's me, and then there's a referee, there's 3 of us, right? We're all accountable for something. I mean, yeah, a ref can go do something like this, blast a 3 count or decide not to count when shoulders are down. But that was on all 3 of us. It was a roll up that got botched, a tag got put in a weird spot. Mm. So that's the only time I remember having anything funky with him. But I think me and him just shook it off. It kind of sucked the air out of the building a little bit. It was a main moment, but I think that we just liked wrestling each other. Or I liked wrestling him so much we just moved on from it and kept motoring on. But yeah, he's like another one of my personal favorites. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Awesome. That's all that's in the box?
Yeah.
I mean, I read tons of questions. So now he's just, Raymond, you're getting lazy. You're not filling that box. You got to fill the box.
I think
he knows Raymond we'll go on forever. We're on a time limit. Yeah.
I think he's spacing them out. And, something that somebody had asked was, like, how we knew each other. So we were trying to figure out when we met, but it was at a wrestling show.
Yes, you say wrestling show. I thought but you're right. I didn't do any of those until way after because I'm not a big fan of them. So it had to have been a wrestling show.
It was a wrestling event in South Florida, yeah.
Then if it was South Florida, it was one of them. probably was the Platinum Pro or
It
whatever.
was either Platinum Pro or Ronin, and I remember how.
Definitely Ronin. I remember you on Ronin's.
Yeah.
Because you were doing the announcing on Ronin.
I was one of the two.
Yeah,
When Chris wasn't available, I was there to,
Yeah.
announce. But
Yeah, Ronin, and I seen you in the Blueprint, and then right, you did Blueprint.
yeah,
yeah.
I didn't like announce or anything for them, but
Oh, but you were there.
I got.
I
to
wrestled
ring the
you
bell.
there. Did I
You
wrestle
sure
you?
did. Oh my gosh. That was so awesome. I remember how excited we were when we found out about that.
Yeah, that's what you. Yeah, but yeah, it was probably Platinum Pro because that was one of the first shows I did when I moved back here. So it was probably that.
Yeah, and myself and my buddy Elgin were ring announcing for that one, and yeah, I mean, so I think that's the story is we just met through a local event,
and then here we are.
and here we are. Here we are, buddy. We made it.
All right, girl, you all right over there?
I,
Listen. Don't give people the wrong idea that I do moonsaults or backflips. All right. I lost my license to fly a long time ago, along with the license to drive in Korea. Had to drop that in there because we were talking about the Lost Boys earlier and some of the other things.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
okay, he'll stay grounded.
No flippies for the little.
No flippies.
No flippies. Now, because I don't want to do them. I just don't want to give anybody the wrong idea that I possibly might still try to do them. But hey, I meant to talk about this earlier, but
yes,
I've had it for a while, but it's a cool piece of art. Tony Atlas, the world was the world's strongest man. Tony Atlas, Mr. USA. Why would I mix that up, man? Yeah, but WWE Hall of Fame. Tony Atlas, one of the nicest guys I know, man. He does artwork, so he signs it. He'll draw it up and stuff. He draws it himself, everything, and sometimes he'll be at shows doing stuff. But he drew. I think this is the copy. He drew the original for somebody, and I signed it. And then but before I signed it, though, he made a couple copies and gave me that. But he signed it here, so.
It's really immaculate.
Yeah, so,
that is gorgeous.
I'm sure you could look him up. Tony Atlas. This is Tony Atlas White. I'm not sure if he has a Facebook or not. He's not very Facebooky. He might have one. I think he might have a Facebook now. But if not, you could go check him out, or you could check out Larry Hunter. He'll help you find him. But yeah, he does some cool artwork and stuff like that. So you could probably find some really cool artwork of maybe one of your favorite superstars or something. And he actually drew WWE Hall of Fame or WWF Hall of Famer Tony Atlas. So. Yeah, he's going on with he's got a lot of crazy stuff going on in his life now. I think he's in a heated battle with somebody out of Boston over something. It's very sad because Tony Atlas is a really great guy. I mean, besides his foot thing, which I don't think he can help, but I don't think it can help. I don't know. I don't think he can help that, but I mean, what a great guy. He's always been a great guy to me. Always giving me advice, helped me out. And, people don't realize how much he's actually done in wrestling. It's Mr. USA, Tony Atlas. He's still huge.
Yeah.
I think he had bench press championships and everything. He's just a big dude. But so what else we got going on? So
well, I was gonna say something, Jerry the King also.
Yeah, it draws.
Such a good artist.
Yeah.
I can't look at you and then somehow get it on paper. I just my brain. Can you draw it all? Can you paint?
No, I can barely sign my name. I have not to knock any doctors or anything, but my handwriting's worse than a doctor's.
Is it?
So when I want to write a note to one of the girls at home, if I write it in a hurry because I'm going out the door, I can't do it. So I got to premeditate. I have to do it the night before for the next day, very slow, so they can read it, or they would not be able to read my handwriting. No.
Do you have any hidden talents?
I don't know what you call talent.
I don't know.
I could have it
what?
Impersonations.
Oh yeah, his impersonations.
No,
yeah.
I don't have any impersonations. I don't have any. I can touch my tongue to my nose.
You can.
Yeah. Or is it that my nose is just close to my leg? But I don't know if that's a hidden talent.
I can't do that at all. I can't.
I don't know.
Nope.
But impersonations, what impersonation?
No, you're Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon, we get. Wait, who else has he done?
A lot of rock stars. He done
Okay.
Warrior.
I don't know. I can't do them on demand. There's no.
Okay, sorry. We don't mean to put you on the spot.
But, so you were talking. You said there's comedy coming up here in this area.
Yeah. So Raymond was mentioning. And Raymond was mentioning there's a new improv coming to Dania.
Yeah.
Actually, it's funny. He brought up Steve-O, who's going to be here. And the first time I met Steve-O, so like I have a couple like signature tattoos. So I have Pablo Francisco, who is a comedian, and I have Alice Cooper. And I was like, okay, I want to get one for Steve-O. And so I went up to go meet him, and I was like, Steve-O, I want to get your name tattooed on me. And he was like, drop your pants. And I was like, what? And so like in front of like everybody there, he signed my butt. And he wrote your name, because that's what he has. I didn't get it tattooed, but I have the photo, and I'm like, what? It was so weird. It was so weird. I doubt he'll remember me. Maybe if I don't know.
Well,
Weird,
I
right?
he seems pretty witty. He seems to have a sharp memory and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
I think I would remember if I signed your butt, your name.
This was like 11 years ago.
11 years
It's
ago,
been a
yeah.
while. It's been a while.
But I was thinking, you're talking about comedy is, it's so weird that CCW, right?
Mm-hmm.
So randomly, like this, I was on the road this past Saturday, but they do comedy at the training facility.
They do?
They like break one of the rings down, and then somebody gets in the ring, comedians, and they had stand up comedy there. They have stand up
Were
comedy.
they good?
I wasn't here. I didn't get to see it, but one of them was the Ariel. I probably pronounced this wrong. He's a Chilean actor. I'm surprised he isn't doing the cons because he like actually was a big star in Chile. Mm-hmm. And Ariel Levy. I don't know. We can Google it. Maybe Raymond can look it up. Make sure I say his name right. I'm training him now, so I feel horrible if I don't get his name right.
So he's the
But his name's Ariel.
wrestler and comedian.
Yeah, he's an actor. But now
Actor.
I think he just did stand up that night. Now he's trying stand up. But like the guy that owns one of the owners, CCW, apparently used to fly out to LA and do stand up here and there. Like he has a little bit of stand up. So there might be a thing that, going on. They do I don't know if it's once a month to do it, but I could find out.
You have to let me know.
Apparently they do stand up comedy over there. Like,
I tried it. I actually like took 2 different courses at the Improv in Hollywood before they demolished it. Sad face, because that was my favorite improv. It is so terrifying.
well, she's gonna have to pronounce that. That's him though. Yeah.
Ariel Levy.
Levy, yeah, but like apparently he's done a lot of movies over in Chile and all that. He's here he's wrestling, he's here training, and he's pretty good. Was good. I mean, I haven't seen all his matches. I've seen a couple matches, and they were good. His training's good. He works hard. Good looking guy. So yeah, but he was doing stand up comedy
that's
now.
neat.
And I guess that was his first. Maybe that was his first time. I'm not sure. I really don't know. I was still trying to digest the fact that they did stand up comedy there. Like,
do you have a favorite comedian?
Well, I mean, it was like Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy. I was like my thing, and then prop guys would have been Carrot Top because I've been to a few shows.
What?
This guy's been in 44 movies.
And that 44 movies, I'm telling you, he's legit. Like
Raymond just had.
He's super legit. He wrestles in CCW. Funny enough, that the match they had at the Kelsey was a theater. They should have been doing a stand up there too.
Right.
But the Kelsey, he tagged with the guy under the mask, which is the guy. Well, I don't want to give his character away or his name, but I don't want to mix him up. But he does stand up, so they actually tag, and they do both stand up. So that's kind of weird.
So cool.
But yeah, Ariel, man, he's coming along and wrestling really well. He's like, I think he's probably the top Chilean wrestler over there, and
someone's trying. Episode 13. They're
Right.
trying to.
He's over there asking about symbolisms and evil skulls, and
We'll
now
have to
the
get into
door is
that
coming. Like,
closer to like Halloween, our Halloween episode.
Yeah, but yeah, he's doing. Yeah, he's wrestling. I guess he wrestled over in Chile. He was great over there, but he's come here to do some stuff and had some opportunities. And but now he's doing stand up comedy. But I've done stand up comedy.
You have.
I've
It's
done.
so scary.
Now
right?
I don't know if you can call it stand up comedy. One was with what's Dolph's brother's name?
Nick.
Nick.
Wait, no. Nick's Ryan.
Ryan. It was
Yeah.
Ryan. He went out in L.A. Right, so they had me come, but it was like maybe it's improv, like where you're talking about like. Somebody come in the room and do something, and you had to play on that.
Yeah,
thing.
improv. Yeah,
right.
improv.
So I did that, and but I was nervous about that, but I did that, but that was cool. But the other time was a Comedy Store in Hollywood.
You got to. Oh, that's so awesome.
I was sitting in the locker room, and I performed on the center stage, the main stage. But it wasn't me. It was like, but I had a segment on it, but it was a roast for the Iron Sheik.
Oh,
so,
my God.
But I came out and I looked, and I remember seeing like one of my opening things is I came out and I look around, and it's like all these 80s wrestlers and stuff, this and this and that, and all these styles. I go, the only thing missing here is the Ninja Turtles, you know, right? Because so I opened up with that, but it was like, you know, when you wrestle, I found it to be like when you wrestle, you rush through everything because you want to get to the next thing because you're just thinking, oh, you're trying to remember what you got to do, or so you go boom, 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 boom. So I was just like, thank you. So it was like, there was no moments, pauses, transitions, digestions, or any of that kind of stuff like that. But
I think we should add this to our list of our spin-off that we're going to do. First, we go skydiving. Then we do stand-up comedy.
Stand up. How about you write my routine, I write yours?
Is that
She's
a
like,
challenge?
no, because that's gonna be like a Bob Saget kind of like.
That's all right. That's all right.
Cock and balls, what? She said what? Cock and balls, what?
I said like a couple, like when I did my comedy stuff, I had a couple things that I said that were a little blue.
Yeah.
Huh?
You did comedy?
Did you just miss this whole conversation?
Raymond's too busy thinking about The Undertaker. He doesn't, yeah. I did for a couple years.
He's still over there going, he's over there praising Jesus. He did 44 movies in Chile. How did we miss this guy? Why is he not on the show here?
Yeah. It was
But yeah,
time.
stand-up comedy at CCW. Yeah, I'll. I think I shared the thing, but the next time I'll find out. I was looking at their board last night, and they got a huge board, big as this wall, and that whole thing is just lined with dates and stuff at different venues. So like, I think it was a good move to go there, but I'm going to question my move because there's a lot of work going on there. So they got a lot of students, but there's so much going on between all the wrestling and the venues, and then but then now stand up and comedy and stuff. But yeah, I'll let you know because I know that they were going to have. I think MVP was supposed to come. I don't know if that was a secret, but I don't know with the COVID or whatever's happening. I know he had to do some stuff, but he's still maybe doing the comedy part. I'm not sure, but I know he was like, so it's like a good venue. So like, per se, I guess if you're a wrestler and you're doing like that, like the Jake the Snake, or even Jeff Jarrett does it, right? Or somebody, they go around and they kind of tell their life story and make kind of, I guess you just kind of making jokes on yourself. I'm not sure, or whatever, or your life, or you're telling it, but it's a good venue like that, I suppose, too, because you got the wrestling ring, and you could probably sell maybe you only get 100 people in there, or 50 in the low end, but that's 50 people that actually want to see you. So it'd be pretty cool, intimate setting, and in a ring, and you do your thing. I think it's pretty cool.
I agree.
I think it's pretty cool. So
I like it.
Yeah. So all right, if I think we're about wrapped up here, and so you're good.
I'm feeling
You covered
good.
everything you wanted to cover today. Get you out of here. It looks like you're getting the hiccups.
What?
I'm looking over and I thought maybe you're getting a little hiccups or
I
something.
did chug my chalice, so like
What is in the chalice? Like, what's in the box? What's in the chalice?
whatever it was this week. Compliments to Raymond.
Yeah,
Delicious. Big fan.
What is it there?
It's like tropical, like it feels like a vacation, doesn't it?
I
feel like we're on a
tastes
beach.
like Hawaiian punch. Yeah.
All right, it's Hawaiian punch. All right, guys, it's Hawaiian punch.
All right. So, I can thank everybody for joining. We covered everything from 55 Chevys to territories.
The dog.
The dog, the bounty hunter. Dog, the bounty hunter. What else?
Steve-O.
Steve Blackman.
Full House.
JoJo's
Stamos.
basement crawl, or what was it? Pogo's crawl space, and the different questions out of Pandora's box. Yeah, is that it?
Yeah,
That's
I
it.
think-
So thank you for joining us. This is Gangrel, Kid Cadet. Thank you for fanging and banging with Gangrel and Kid Cadet. Want some?
Get some.
Bad enough.
Get some.
Take care. See y'all next week.